Okay, hello to everybody out there on YouTube. Excuse me. We're going to do a common mistakes lesson again. I haven't done any of these lessons for some time. A lot of people have been asking me about the phrasal verbs book. It's very close. I hope that it will get finished by the end of January. It depends on the layout. I need to get an artist to do the layout, and so I need to get that done. But really it is finished now. I'm just trying to get the pictures inside there because there are going to be a lot of images inside the book. Now this lesson is not going to be anything about phrasal verbs. I don't even think there's a phrasal verb on here. There might be, I haven't checked, but this is just about common mistakes. These are very typical mistakes that I have heard from my TEFL students in the last couple of weeks, basically. I've tried to take them from the adults that I teach because I do have some children as well, but I think that the mistakes that the kids make are fairly well known, and so these are perhaps more these are adult mistakes. They're mistakes that adults have made. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. You have to put more efforts. Now this is close. It's close to being correct because you can say you have to put more effort in. Put in effort is okay, but put effort is not okay. So you have to put more effort in is okay. That's one option. But there is a second option. You have to make more effort is also a good collocation. Now notice that effort is not often used in the plural form. It's usually used in the singular form. Why can't you see clearly, Yusuf? I would like to know exactly why. If it's blurry, tell me that it's blurry. If it's reversed, certainly tell me, because I'll stop right now if the writing is reversed. But if it's blurry, there's not much I can do. Hopefully, hopefully it will come out okay on YouTube. It's okay, Andre? Excellent. Fantastic. So you have to put more effort in, or you have to make more effort. This is what we say. We don't usually say make more efforts. You do sometimes see it in the plural, occasionally, but it's very rare. Thanks to your efforts, I think there you could see it plural. Okay, hi Vladislav, very nice to see you again too. So yeah, try to use effort in the singular most of the time, because make an effort, make some effort, we normally see it in the singular, but you occasionally do see it in the plural, something like he was rewarded for his efforts. Then I think it sounds quite normal to use it in the plural. Why? I don't know, but that's the way it is. Usually you see it in the singular. Okay, I hope everybody is clear about that. If you're not, put your question up on the live chat and I'll do my best to answer it. The next mistake, it's automatic. You shouldn't switch it on. Now, when something is automatic, it means that you don't need to switch it on. And when you mean don't need to is the same as don't have to. So here, in this sentence, don't have to would sound much better than shouldn't. Don't have to should be here instead of shouldn't. Or don't need to. You don't need to switch it on. You don't have to switch it on. Please remember that shouldn't is not the same as don't have to. Don't have to means there's no need to do it. There's no necessity to do it. Shouldn't means it's a bad idea to do it. So shouldn't, you are giving your opinion about something. You're saying that something is a bad idea, or if you say you should, you're saying it's a good idea. Don't have to is about necessity. It's saying there is no necessity to do this. There's no obligation to do this. It's unnecessary. Okay, so don't have to works much better here for something that is automatic. You don't have to switch it on. You don't need to switch it on. Number 3, you are making good work. Now, the student wanted to say that somebody complimented him. It was actually a very young student. I think he's only about 11, and he speaks fantastically. I really like the way he uses English. But he said, you are making good work. Somebody said to him, sorry, you are making good work. But really, he meant you are doing a good job. So you can see that he's pretty close. He's just used make instead of do, and he's used work instead of job, which they are very easy mistakes to make. But you are doing a good job is much better. Doing a good job. Or you are doing good work. That's also possible. You are doing good work. Work is uncountable. Job is countable, and that's why we need the article in there. You are doing a good job. You can have several jobs. Jobs are countable. Work is uncountable, so you are doing good work or you are doing a good job. So I want to make that clear. You can say doing good work as well. There's nothing wrong with that. You are doing some good work. You are doing good work. Okay? Number 4. In the last time, I haven't had much free time. Now, this sentence here, I mean, it's this part here, the prepositional phrase, in the last time. Let me see. Maybe later, Paulina. But in the last time, I understand that in some languages, it's certainly like this in Russian, where you say last time to mean recently, lately. And this wasn't actually a Russian student, this was a Romanian student, but I assume that in Romanian you have something quite similar. I assume that in Romanian you say something like the Russians say. And because they say последнее время, yeah, which means recently, lately. It doesn't mean in the last time. We do say last time sometimes, but when we say last time, it means the last time something happened. So the last time I went to France was 5 years ago. Something like that. The last time I went to France. But when you want to just say lately, recently, please say that. Lately or recently. Lately, recently. For the Russian students out there, last time is последний раз, okay? Последнее время would be lately or recently. Okay, let's have a look at number 5. I'll put that in a box to make it clear. We will have to send you less jobs. Now again, this is a bit of a confusion with jobs and work. Please remember that less is for uncountable nouns and fewer, almost forgot, fewer is for countable nouns. Fewer plus countable noun, less plus uncountable noun. So the way to correct this is to say we will have to send you fewer jobs, not less jobs. Fewer jobs. Okay, this was a student who is a translator, and she was explaining that she was talking about her job, and one of the translation agencies threatened her and said, we will have to send you fewer jobs if something or other, I can't remember. But you understand, it's got to be fewer jobs, not less jobs, because jobs is countable. You can certainly say we will have to send you less work, because work is uncountable. So this is coming back to this question as well. Okay, this is a very common mistake from native speakers. Very often people will say something like, I make less mistakes nowadays. Well, you don't, because it should be fewer mistakes nowadays. So it's very common for natives to make that mistake as well. Okay, number 6. I finished the university 5 years ago. Now, when you are talking about school or university or prison or hospital or church, when you're talking about these 5 institutions and you mean the process of education, or you mean so at university, here, I finished university, you mean the process of education. When you mean the process of education, don't use the. When you mean the building, do use the. Yeah, if you want to say that he went to the university to work on the building, maybe they're building a new science block and he's a builder, he went to the university to carry on working on that structure, you know, to carry on constructing the building. That would certainly need a the if it's the building. But if you mean the process of education, get rid of the. Same for school. My kids go to school. They don't go to the school, they go to school because they're learning there. So I'm talking about the process of education. The same for hospital, in Britain anyway. I've heard it's different in America, but in Britain, hospital, if you're there as a patient, then you need to drop the article. He went to hospital means he's a patient and the doctors are looking after him. He went to the hospital means he is a visitor. Exactly the same for prison. He went to prison means he's a bad guy. He was sent to prison. He's committed a crime and the courts have sent him to prison. The police arrested him, he was charged, he went to court, and again went to court, drops the article, because you mean the legal process. So when you go to prison, you go to church, you go to school. If you go to church, it means you're a believer and you're going there to pray to God. So when you're talking about buildings, yes, use the with school, prison, church, university, all of those places, hospital. But when you're talking about the process of being healed, not healed, but being treated by the doctors, you say he went to hospital, he's a patient. He went to prison, he's a prisoner. He went to church, he's a religious man. Okay, that he's a believer anyway, he went to pray. So please drop the article if you mean the institution and not the building. Okay, I would make this person to explain to me. There's only a little mistake here, perhaps that's unfinished as well, but there's a tiny mistake here, and it's just this too mustn't be there. Make someone do something, okay? Always make someone do something. Force someone to do something, but make someone do something, let someone do something, and even help someone do something, or to do with help, you both okay. But remember, make and let. Make someone do something, no to, which is odd, I agree. It's quite, it's like an exception that you just have to remember. So remember, make someone do something and let someone do something. Get rid of that too. Now, you don't know how do criminals think. Very common mistake this, when it's only when you have a direct question that you need this auxiliary verb do. But when you don't have a direct question, and this is not a direct question, it's not even a question, you don't know how criminals think, yeah, then you don't need a do. If we make it a question, how do criminals think? Yeah, you put the do in, how do criminals think? But if we add this you don't know, then you need to get rid of the do. You don't know how criminals think. Okay, they forgot Kevin at home. The student was retelling Home Alone, very famous Christmas film, and Kevin is the main character in this famous Christmas film, and Kevin was left at home in this film. The family went on holiday and Kevin was left at home. So they left Kevin at home, not they forgot Kevin at home. You can say they forgot Kevin. You can say they forgot about Kevin. But you can't say they forgot Kevin at home, and you can't say I forgot my umbrella at home. You need to say I left my umbrella at home, or I forgot my umbrella. One or the other. Okay, number 10. During he was running, he fell over. Now this word during, if you like parts of speech, as I do, you'll recognise that during is not a subordinating conjunction. It's not a conjunction. It's a preposition. Now, because it's a preposition, it must be followed by a noun. It cannot be followed by a clause. This is a clause. And so the student that's just written while on my phone is absolutely correct. During is not a subordinating conjunction. While is a subordinating conjunction. While he was running, comma, because it's the end of the subordinate clause, he fell over. Okay, I hope that's clear. Or when he was running, which is another subordinating conjunction. Basically, we need a subordinating conjunction here and not a preposition. Prepositions are followed by nouns, okay? So, during the lesson, someone made a rude remark, yeah, something like that. Or during the holidays, no, not during running either. Good question, because running is a gerund there, and you might say, well, surely it doesn't sound good. During running, during eating. So don't even use during with a gerund. That's an excellent question. But just use during with 100% nouns, okay? 100%. Not even during his running. No, it still doesn't sound good. Keep gerunds away from during. None of them sound good to me, okay? During the run, okay. During the race, even better. But during his running sounds very unnatural. Don't say it. So while he was running, he fell over. Last one, the police was waiting outside. Somebody just wrote the answer. It is, of course, were. And this is strange because usually with collective nouns, you have to use singular, usually. But the police is one exception. You always use plural with the police. The police are, the police were, even though all the other collective nouns are supposed to be singular in formal academic writing. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. I don't have time to answer questions, unfortunately, because I have a student waiting. So I'll have to see you all soon. There'll be plenty more of these lessons this year. There's going to be far more lessons, in fact, especially on common mistakes. So you'll see more very, very soon. If you've liked the class, please give it a like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I hope to see you.